Man, sucks about what happened to Tenacious D.
Tenacious D. Welcome to Blue Eyes White Idiots, episode dos, two, trois. I don't, other words for two.
This is an epic milestone for us, hitting second episode.
Without any regularity at all. Mm-hmm. This is good. So what game you're watching right now is who knows? I didn't decide yet.
Is that a new game?
Yeah, I'm sure it's on Steam.
Is it a Dr. Seuss theme game?
I hope so.
Where it's like
I will look that up on Steam after this, and if it exists and is less than $5, I'll buy it. Anyway, so our first topic for the day is this rapper that died, I guess. XXX Tentacion.
Can I just...
Tenacious D, as we graciously...
Yes. Can I just butt in here real quick and say that we are really doing a great job in improving from last week's episode with us not, doing any research whatsoever on the topics we're doing. I think we're living up to our podcast name, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So this, I don't know, I didn't, just like everyone else in the world, I didn't know who this rapper was until, a few days ago, or a week ago now. It's been a little bit.
I think what this is teaching children is that if you want to be famous, die. Just die.
Become a SoundCloud rapper, and then die. So he was shopping for a motorcycle, and then he was shot while doing so, and he died in the hospital, from my understanding. I had no real interest in this at the time, so I didn't look into the logistics and exacts. But the interesting part comes from the fact that there's conspiracies going around that he faked his death. So his album, his mixtape or whatever is called.
Holy shit! I just ruined the entire podcast. I'm sorry.
That's fine,
ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit.
That's fine. So his mixtape or album or whatever you want to call it is it's called No Pulse. And so specifically when they announced his death, and by they I mean I heard it was TMZ was the news source that confirmed it. Said that he was dead with no pulse. Now I don't know how true all this is. I don't watch TMZ. I listened to maybe 30 seconds of one of his things, and then later on YouTube they uploaded his entire mixtape, but at the beginning it was the freaking news report of after everything. And if he's not dead, that's a really shitty thing to do.
Yeah, if he's not dead, it was really shitty for the sheriff to lie about that.
That's
I mean, I know they say you can't trust the police, but
I don't know, but I don't trust these news sources. That's the problem. The sheriff could know nothing about this. So, anyway, I just thought it was. I love this idea, these conspiracy theories about some random SoundCloud rapper just trying to boost his popularity by faking his death. It sounds hilarious.
And it totally sounds like something somebody would do in the age of the internet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And since this topic was obviously not anything I was too focused on, surprise random topic, the fact that obviously Melania Trump didn't obviously plan to wear that stupid jacket. Do you know about that?
No, what?
Okay, so she went to visit one of the facilities, concentration camps where they're holding these poor children.
Oh, you mean Walmart?
Yes, these poor children who were ripped from their families as they illegally crossed in the border. So she visited, and on the back of her jacket, it said, "I don't really care, do you?" And everyone's like, she didn't mean to do it. It was an accident, but they looked it up. This jacket is a $39 jacket. She is the wife of a billionaire president. Why would she wear a $39 jacket to anywhere?
I don't know. Maybe she's just like really thrifty.
I've bought pants worth that cost me more than $39, and I'm not even close to billionaire status. Like, this was
really? You could have fooled me, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Look at all this nice stuff I have.
I don't know if the viewers can tell from the quality of this, but we are actually in a underground recording studio.
Yeah, it's located in my sub-basement. That's right, my sub-basement. I have a basement for my basement.
When you said sub-basement, I thought you meant there was it's a submarine that's under your house.
There's also, under this is the sub-basement, which is where I keep all my submarine sandwiches.
Oh, God. So jelly.
Yeah, there's ones with jelly on them, actually. Yeah, but anyway, so she obviously wore that jacket on purpose. There's no way that was an accident. And that's just another random conspiracy theory that I found interesting.
Wait, it's a conspiracy that
she might look. I think.
I guess she technically conspired to wear that.
Whether it was on purpose or not is a conspiracy theory, right? I mean, it could have been on accident. It doesn't make any sense. Why would it be on accident?
I think the real conspiracy is that this is all being orchestrated by the Illuminati. The rapper's death, the jacket. They're all puppets being puppeteered by the puppet master.
And everything comes in threes, and we haven't reached number 3 yet. What's going to happen? The apocalypse. These are signs of the apocalypse, people. Lock your doors, board your windows. Nicolas Cage is coming. He's coming, and he's the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. He's all 4 of them.
He's literally riding 4 horses. That's a horse riding a horse riding a horse. Being ridden by Nicolas Cage.
And the original horse is actually Shia LaBeouf, too. It's really scary. Watch out. Board your windows. Hide in your basements. Hide in your sub-basements. Live off your delicious submarine sandwiches. Now that the clickbait section of this video is over, on to topic 2. It's summertime.
It's summer. This past Thursday was officially the first day of summer. You could have fooled me. It's felt like summer for the past 2 months.
I mean, spoiler, I guess, we live in Ohio, and it's been...
Edit that out.
Oh, God.
Edit it out.
Can't
edit for it.
No. So...
Nicolas Cage is coming for us.
So we live in Ohio, and the last week, it's been 90. All week, which is ridiculously hot for this area usually. Mm-hmm. I mean, there was a day with the heat index, it pushed over 100 degrees. Yeah. It was terrible. But so it's felt like summer for a good while.
Yeah.
But so it's summer. So we're going to talk about games that we like to play during the summer, games that make us feel summery.
So what is a summery game to you?
Clearly ones that have summer in the title. Yes. This amazing Wii game I once played called a Beach Fun Summer Challenge.
Is it a volleyball game by chance?
No, it's a game filled with mini games, as all WiiWare games were. As all Wii games were. They were just mini games.
Yes. And I remember Metroid Prime 3 Corruption being just mini games where you have to take a power cell and rotate it.
Yeah, yeah. And then the remakes for Metroid Prime 1 and 2 were also just mini games.
Yeah.
But anyway, this game it's full of mini games. It's like your Wii Sports knockoff, but summer themed. Mm-hmm. So whatever, all of them were. I don't even know if we played all of them. They were mediocre though.
Beach golf, beach boxing.
But this is where it gets really good. We decided to play the mini golf game because how can you screw up mini golf? Well, I'll tell you how. You make it impossible to actually hit the ball. You make the ball move as slowly as possible. And you know how in normal mini golf when you hit a wall, it bounces and it keeps its momentum.
Like a real ball.
Yeah. No, it hits that wall and it loses all momentum and just stops. And these courses are set up that you were supposed to bounce this ball. There's no way anyone can get a hole-in-one on anything. It was the worst game. One of the worst games I've ever played, and it was specifically made by
a university student.
It was published by the game developer Zoo, which is also famous for making a lot of M&M party games for the Wii.
Eminem the rapper, right?
No, I wish.
Eminem the rapper.
Eminem's the candy, and I played those too. What can I say? I played me some crappy Wii games back in the day for fun. I knew they were crappy too. We played them for fun. So you got one? You got a good summary?
Oh heck game? Yeah! So when I think summary games, I think beaches, warm weather, water parks. So my pick isn't actually a game; it's actually an expansion pack to Duke Nukem 3D called Duke's Vacation: Life's a Beach.
Ooh.
So basically, if you've ever played Duke Nukem 3D, he's a one-liner, cracking, action hero who rescues babes and strippers from alien invaders in LA. So in this one, you are Duke taking a vacation. The first level is literally on a beachside resort, and you are dressed in the proper attire. So Duke Nukem has this kicking animation. There's kicking melee attack where he kicks with his boot. Well, instead of that, you're wearing shorts, so you see Duke's hairy man legs, and he's wearing sandals. So, and the enemies have all been replaced with beach themed versions of the enemies. So you have pig cops wearing Hawaiian shirts. It gets better though because one of the levels is actually a theme park where it has rides and shit. So it's a water park, and some of the areas actually go through the rides, and it's actually fun.
Is it?
Yes.
That's good.
It's
Nuke Dukem is my favorite game.
Nuke Dukem. Taking Dookie in the loo.
I'm here to
skip to the loo.
I'm here to kick bubble gum and eat ass.
That was actually his phrase from Duke Nukem for Never. It's the game that never came out.
I played only Duke Nukem Forever. That's the only Duke Nukem game I've ever played.
Is the definitive Duke Nukem.
You know what? I didn't beat it, so I didn't play. I think I played for a few hours.
Oh, you didn't beat it? I beat it so many times.
Did you really?
So many. That scene with the ladies, with the two chicks giving you the blowjob, I can't tell you how many times I beat to that. Just so many times.
That's the only one I played. I played it for a few hours. I didn't hate it. I played worse games, like Sonic 06.
Yeah, or Hunt Down the Freeman.
Or Beach Fun Summer Challenge, for example.
I mean...
At least Duke Nukem was a game, and it was functional.
And Duke Nukem Forever had mini-games, like the mini-game where you drew on the whiteboard with the marker.
Yes, and everyone drew a penis.
Yeah, yep. Because that's what you do.
If you give someone a marker, they draw a penis.
Or the mini-game where you fling poop at a wall.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Yeah. That's the beginning of the game. Now, I do remember the RC car controls kind of sucking. I mean, that's what I remember. I don't remember if it's real or not.
Oh. But I personally think Duke Nukem Forever needed more beach levels.
Yeah.
And just needed, more bright colors. It needed sun and, people surfing.
And more breasts.
More breasts.
If they were just breasts in bikini tops, just floating, not attached to a human body.
Yes,
just floating. They could have put that on the case, and it would have sold. If you look at a YouTube video, you put breasts in the thumbnail, boom.
More breasts and more vagina doors.
Yes, for sure. Other games that are summary, besides Dude Nudum. I honestly think I always played competitive games when I was in high school and stuff in the summer because I had all the time. So Call of Duty, super summary, but not at all.
Call Nuketown. I mean, once you nuke, you get the Duke Call of Duty, Dookie.
That was a good one.
Call of Duty.
That was a good one. And I just started playing Fortnite, and that game is super good, and I'd consider that summary, and it's if I was playing it back when I had a summer and wasn't an adult or whatever. But
yeah, that's summary in the sense that it's definitely hurricane season.
Yeah.
In that game.
Yeah. Acid hurricane season. But there's also, you mentioned this earlier, Super Mario Sunshine, which is also a very summery game. I mean, I kind of remember, like, Wind Waker has this effect, too. Those, like, GameCube games with the water effects just felt super, like, summery and nice and fun, even though I hated Wind Waker for the GameCube. They're just going to think I hate every Zelda game. But I do...
Except Skyward Sword.
You know what? I love Skyward Sword. Fight me. And I do like the remake.
His address will be in the comments section. You can actually come and fight him.
Yeah. I also really like Wind Waker, the remake for
3DS.
No.
Wii
U. That one.
Wii U.
I do love that. They fixed the problems I had with Wind Waker and it made it a very good game. It made it very enjoyable for me. But anyway, so like Super Mario Sunshine is like my favorite 3D Mario game ever. I mean, Super Mario Odyssey is objectively a better game, and I disagree on. I don't think Galaxy is a better game. I think Sunshine is the best. But it feels so good, right? Except when you first start up the game and you're like, oh god, is it always this dark? I remember it being bright, and then you get like some shine sprites and it makes it better. You just always forget. I seem to always forget that the game starts out really dark. Like not dark as in like, I mean, I guess Mario gets put on trial. That's pretty dark for a Mario game.
Probably getting put on trial for all the innocent Mushroom Kingdom citizens he killed every time he broke
why would he get
blocks.
put on trial for that? He gets put on trial for painting the city, which he didn't do.
For some reason now I'm really craving a Mario game where you just run around the city and just spray graffiti everywhere.
Speaking of Mario, it's Splatoon. You're naming Splatoon.
Can you play as Mario in Splatoon? Is that part of the new Octo expansion? Play as Mario?
I wish. No, and then I did see, I don't know if you sent this to me or if I just saw it on wherever I saw it on, YouTube or Facebook, but there was a leak of Super Mario, like an Isle Delfino world in Super Mario Odyssey. Like there was some, people were pointing out like some nitpicks, like the font didn't quite look the same, but like it looked pretty cool.
I mean, you know what else they leaked? Metroid Prime Renegades, but we know what happened to that. It was never a thing to begin with.
Fair. I don't know. I mean, I can hope and dream, because I just want Super Mario Sunshine HD for the Switch. That's what I want.
Honestly, I'll just settle with just Super Mario Sunshine, just period. Just port it over to the Switch.
That's true. Or Super Mario Sunshine 2.
Just, please, Nintendo, just give us a virtual console for the love of God.
Yeah, that's what we really want. That would be the most summary thing.
Virtual console, the most summary thing in existence.
Yeah, obviously. Mario Tennis Aces just came out. That was like a super summary game. I want it so bad.
Really?
I love Mario sports games. Like almost all of the ones I've ever played. Specifically, the first Mario baseball game for GameCube is super good. Mario Strikers is fun. I never got into it, but it was good. Mario Tennis, I played one of them. I don't remember what I played. I mean, if you can count Mario Kart Double Dash, another very summery game to me. All those like old nostalgic games I used to play during the summer. Super Smash Brothers, if you count that as a sports game. But
beating people up is a sport.
But Mario Tennis Aces looks super fun, and the idea of like they brought like the Switch has motion controls, and for a while I was like, I'm not gonna buy it if it doesn't have motion controls. I'm like, what's the point playing a tennis game where you don't have motion controls? But they brought back the motion controls because the Switch has them, and that is what sells me on it for sure. Is those kinds of games I think do the best with motion controls. Sports games that like Wii Sports and stuff like that, it's dumb and it's super gimmicky and you don't play it all the time. But like, I love that kind of game. Like I love DDR. I love Guitar Hero. I like those like weird games that you play every once in a while, but like that's it. I just think they're fun. It's fun to do something different. I think that's why I still play Call of Duty, is because it's just something I can pick up, play for a little bit, set down.
So speaking of games that you feel are summery, you know what game I used to play back in the day that feels kind of summery to me? Super Monkey Ball 2.
Oh, I never actually played any of those.
Yeah. So basically, if you've ever played like Marble Madness or anything, it's basically you're just, rolling a monkey in a ball on a stage, and you have to get to the goal without falling off the stage. So, yeah, it has a whole bunch of mini games and stuff. So one of my favorite mini games I used to play was pool or billiards, and it's literally just pool but with
Super monkey
The
balls.
super monkey ball is a cue ball.
I like playing real pool.
Mm.
That's fun.
I have a pool table.
You do?
Yes, I do.
David, why am I not at your house more?
I don't know. Why not?
I apparently need to be.
You need to.
I love pool. That's one of my favorite things. The last guy I played pool with ended up getting arrested.
Oh, man. Was he holding illegal pool tournaments?
No, that's something I don't want to get into.
Oh. Oh, man. But speaking of pools, has anybody ever devised a pool that floats in a pool? A pool table that floats in a pool?
Oh, probably? That sounds like something that would exist, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Like...
But it has to be like a good, like actual pool table, not just like some inflatable piece of shit.
I don't know. I feel like that should exist, and if not, someone's gonna make it now because we've come up with the idea.
Well, no, because we're going to take them to court and show them the date of this recording.
Of course.
The court, and that's how the court works. The judge is going to be like, "Fuck off, copycat." Get out of here! And the whole courtroom's going to boo him out, boo him or her or it. I don't want to assume genders.
Yes, that's exactly. If you've never been in a courtroom, that's exactly how it goes. Confirmed 100%. That's the judge just.
Has the jury reached a verdict? We have, Your Honor. I don't care.
Get out of my courtroom as he throws his gavel at the jury.
I'm the judge. I'm the one with the little hammery thingy. It's gavel. I don't care. It's my courtroom. It'll be what I want it to be.
It's gonna be the skull hitting device if you don't shut up.
I use it to crack open lobster or crab legs. No.
In fact, that's what I'm doing right now.
Just stuffing his face with crab meat.
Yeah, he's got like a little bib on.
Oh, I know I'm supposed to deliver a verdict, but oh man, I can't because I have a mouthful of crab meat. But summer. Yeah, summer games. So summer is here, and hopefully...
I also, not game related, I also, when I think of summer, think of... It's not a summer, like... Not at all summer, because it's called the song is called Spring Break Anthem, but unrelated. It's hilarious. It's a good song. It's by The Lonely Island. It's good. It feels summery to me, even though it's about spring. That's not important, though.
I mean, when you think of islands, you think of tropical islands, and people associate the weather.
Well, Spring Break Anthem, not islands. Anthem, not islands.
But they're by the Lonely Island.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
The Lonely Island.
The loneliest island.
That's, man, the Fortnite area. Lonely Lodge confirmed to be a copycat of the Lonely Island. Flush Factory.
Well, when you think about it, though, Fortnite's just a ripoff of PUBG.
Which is a ripoff of H1Z1, which is a ripoff of...
No, don't you know PUBG, or PUBG, yeah, PUBG invented Pugsy.
Pugsy?
Yeah.
No, there's this whole Mr. Meeseeks meme that's like, I'll have to show it to you, but it's like all the Meeseeks, you watch it, it's like, why did you rope me into this? Well, he roped me into this, and it's all the different Battle Royale games, like, pasted over their face. I'll show you. I got it on my phone.
I'm so glad that the viewers can see this.
Yeah, we'll
just hold the phone with the image up to the microphone.
I'll show you later. But just look it up. Google Mr. Meeseeks Battle Royale thing, and maybe it'll show up, or maybe you'll get something weirder. And if you get weirder, copy the link and paste it in the comments below, and I'll not click it because you just sent me a virus, and I'm not stupid. Ha!
Despite what the title of our podcast is.
And while we're at it, don't forget to like the video before you paste your virus.
Like and subscribe.
Before you paste your virus, preferably. Well... So, you know, looking at the soundtrack, Stardew Valley is also very summery.
Yeah, so is like Animal Crossing.
Even though you play all seasons in Stardew Valley.
It's yeah.
But the soundtrack disc is right there.
As long as there's a part where you play in summer, it's summary.
Okay.
Summary of a good game.
Yeah, game summaries are very important. check the back of the box because there's no things inside anymore. Okay, I guess we'll move on to our last topic then, which was
trends in indie games.
Oh, yes. Trends, game trends. So, I mean, this is kind of a broad topic. I just kind of saw...
I think the thing that brought this whole topic up was that you were looking on YouTube.
I was looking through trending on YouTube for topics because, newsflash, clickbait city, this video probably. I was looking through the trending, and it's been trending recently. It's kind of gone down, I guess, this week, but like last week it was really big. This new... I think it's free. I don't even think it's on Steam. It's called Baldi's Basics in Learning or something like that.
It's the one where it's all like pixelated and like made in Game Maker and it's not even like all that scary.
Yeah, and you gotta solve math problems and it's just like really stupidly difficult and there's like a secret ending or whatever. But anyway, it's a game that exists. Apparently, so I was just thinking. It made me think of the whole indie horror game trend, which started kind of with Amnesia. Amnesia was definitely
PewDiePie.
Yeah, PewDiePie, Markiplier, all them.
PewDiePie, Markiplier,
Jacksepticeye, all those people who play those kinds of games. Which
he needs to get that checked out, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, his eye
shouldn't have septic in it. No. I have nothing against these. I have nothing against people. I play. You know what?
People are okay.
I watch Markiplier videos. I'm not into PewDiePie, but I don't care if you like PewDiePie. I only care if you like Jake Paul. Clickbait.
We should just put a picture of Jake Paul on our thumbnail.
Yes. Yas queen. No. But. So I don't care what YouTube you watch in general, but they definitely started this like weird trend with YouTube and like playing like horror games being super big, and it's kind of what spawned Five Nights at Freddy's, obviously, and which spawned this whole like genre of like taking the idea of Five Nights at Freddy's and then making a new game with the same basic gameplay, and like Baldi is like seems like a new evolution of that.
So what you're saying now is that instead of getting a bunch of Five Nights at Freddy clones, we're going to be getting a bunch of Baldi clones.
But also, Baldi feels a lot like Slender, The Arrival, specifically the first Slender game, not the other one that came out that no one liked.
Well, if you think about it, all these horror games...
No, Slender the 8 Pages, not Slender the Arrival, I'm sorry.
If you think about all these horror games kind of go back to the same thing where... Oh, it's so spooky, you're getting chased by something. Creepypasta, yes.
Yeah, it's just all creepypasta.
Yeah, this pasta...
I can't wait till the next game that's just you being chased by a haunted copy of Majora's Mask in a dark hallway.
I can't wait for the game where you're being chased by a bowl of pasta, but instead of pasta sauce, it's honey.
Honey?
Then it will truly be creepypasta.
Ooh, or it could just be about an evil flying spaghetti monster.
The true origin of creepypasta.
Yes. Creepypasta is just the expansion of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster in the natural progression of life in general. But no, so Slender and Five Nights at Freddy's, like they started this trend with like horror games, and like horror games are still really big, but I mean that like Bendy and the Ink Machine game is a thing that exists that I didn't know about until episode 4 came out. And that's super popular. Like all these horror games that like objectively if they came out, 10 years ago on console would have just been looked over. Like Slender the Arrival without the context of the creepypasta, and not the Arrival, the 8 Pages. It's not that scary. It's scary like twice, and then you just play the game, and it's not scary. You just get pissed off when you die. And Five Nights at Freddy's is kind of the same way. It just stops being scary. So, like, I think if these games came out, like, 10 years ago, like, on your PS2, or, I guess that's older than 10 years ago. Came out, like, 15 years ago on, like, your PS2 or your GameCube or your Xbox, like, they would have just been looked over. Like, I think they might have sold decently, and we might have seen sequels, but, like, definitely not to the extent that they're coming in.
Well, I think the biggest difference here is that we have passed the whole indie renaissance era, or we are currently in the sort of the twilight of the indie renaissance, where basically anyone who has any sort of free time can download software and make a game and then post it on the internet or put it on Steam. RPG Maker, Game Maker,
the Unity engine.
Unity, Unreal. Like, anyone can they don't even need to have any talent. All they need to do is buy assets and then pay $100, post it on Steam. There you go.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot easier now for games like that to get traction nowadays.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with this. Let me say that, if that wasn't clear. I like Five Nights at Freddy's, the first game. I played that game like a good amount. I like that game. I wasn't into the sequels because it got harder, and the first one was hard enough for me. And but the story is interesting, and Amnesia, super good. Outlast, I have some problems with Outlast as a game. I think it's very repetitive, and it's got three different things you do in the game, and then it's just rinse and repeat. But it's still very good. It's very scary, and then.
But I think we really need to define how these games are scary, because you have different types of horror games.
That's true.
You have the ones that are focused around entities. So the ones like Outlast. I remember the most scary part of Outlast was the fact that there were so many chase sequences.
Yes.
So the ones where you get chased by enemies, right?
Yeah. I'll just break down Outlast for you. Spooky hallway section where nothing happens. Chase sequence. Run away from this guy who's going to kill you. Followed by, okay, now sneak around a different guy while you grab 3 things and then return, and then you're back to spooky hallway sequence and rinse and repeat. And that's
not a bad game, it's just really repetitive.
Yeah, and that's my problem, is there was no different variation in gameplay, it seemed like to me.
And then you also have the games that are focused around environmental or atmospheric horror, so it's not really as much about being chased by monsters as it is about the environment building a story
kind
that
of like your walking simulators kind
of
deal. Those are not scary in theory, they're not scary in theory, but playing Myst or Vanishing of Ethan Carter and those kind of games.
Yeah.
They're not scary. Nothing's gonna kill you. You can't really die. It's just the idea of walking around alone, not knowing what's gonna happen, is actually very scary. It makes for a very interesting story, and you never know what's you never know what's gonna happen. How do you know they didn't throw one enemy into the game? I think Amnesia is a very good amalgamation of those two kinds of games. It's very scary just that you're there alone. You don't know what's going on, but there's also still enemies chasing you. And I think that's what Outlast tried to emulate, but didn't do it as well. Which isn't... Outlast is still a good game. I mean, it obviously is. It got a sequel, but I just think Amnesia had this perfect amalgamation of...
Perfect blend of story and gameplay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Resident Evil 7 also did a very good job of that. Resident Evil 7 is one of the best horror games I've played in recent memory. There's just this blend of you want to interact with the scary things, but you also just want to learn about them. So in Amnesia, you have no real power over them. You just kind of run. But you hide. I never beat Amnesia. I didn't play a whole lot, but you can't, correct me if I'm wrong, but you never fight anything in that game.
You can't fight them. You can finagle with the physics a little bit to sort of kind of block them, but the game isn't really meant to be played like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly just hiding and evading.
Hide, run, get to the new area. Resident Evil 7 did with scary creatures. It did what I guess it did kind of what the original Resident Evil did. It gave you the ability to fight, but very limited amount ways to fight and resources in the game.
Sometimes it's easier to just run.
Yep,
than risk.
I will say in Resident Evil 7, I've done it. You can kill everything in that game. You can play the game and kill everything. You do run low on ammo in a few sections, but I was also playing on, I don't know if it was the easiest difficulty or normal. I was not playing on the harder difficulties. From my understanding, the harder difficulties, there is not enough resources to do that. But I don't know. It's hard to say, I guess, I've not played the harder difficulties. So I just think there is this blend for horror games that they can they can reach this happy medium between Five Nights at Freddy's and, I don't know, like Resident Evil 6 and 5, where it's like all action, no horror, versus like all horror, no action. You can reach that happy middle.
So you know what makes a good horror game, in my opinion, is the unknown, the fear of the unknown.
Yes.
Not knowing what's going to be around the corner. And a good game that really hits that itch for me is Monstrum.
I've never played that.
So Monstrum is basically you are trapped on a stranded tanker ship, and you have to get off the tanker ship, but there is a creature chasing you. So it's a lot like Amnesia or Outlast, where it's really focused on evading the creature and collecting items, but the main difference in this game is that the layout of the ship that you're on is always randomized, and the item placement is
like
always
a roguelike
randomized.
kind of deal.
Yeah, so that adds an extra layer of fear, because you can't, like, die in one game and then just go back and like immediately know where to go, or even know what monster you're going to face. So I think that for me is almost the perfect horror game, because every time it's different, so you never know what to expect until you've played it so many times that you aren't scared of the 3 different randomized monsters they throw at you. But I feel like
ultimately at the end of the day, any horror game is not going to become scary once you've played it enough. There's nothing you can do to avoid that. And I'm not talking like jump scares can always get you if you're not paying attention. But
and jump scares are cheap, though.
To be truly, there's nothing wrong with having jump scares in the game, but like to rely on them is the problem.
That's not real horror. That's just like
cheap shock effect.
Yeah, you don't even need to have a scary image to like give somebody a jump scare. It could be any loud noise and something popping up on the screen. It could be a baby giggling.
My fiance will jump at any loud noise. So jump scares are not a good thing to rely on. They're not a bad thing to have in your horror game, but they're not good to rely on. Yeah, and but back to the main point of this whole discussion was that horror is like the current trend. I mean, there's also the on the opposite side of the coin, we have Battle Royale being very trendy right now. I mean, I just started playing Fortnite. I've not played any of the other ones. I have no interest. Fortnite is enough for me. I don't need to get into anything else.
You sure you don't want to play PUBG?
I want to play
the originator.
Heights. I want to play Radical Heights.
Radical
Heights.
That is the one with the bikes, right?
That's the one that got canceled because Boss Key Productions went under. That's what I want to play. No, but so Battle Royales are trending right now. But Battle Royales is a continuation of this trend of like there always being a super competitive game. That's the trend. So before Fortnite, before PUBG, it was Call of Duty and Battlefield. And before that, and then I guess actually no, it was MOBAs before that.
MOBAs.
I'm sorry. League of Legends, Heart of the Storm, and the other one, Smite.
Yeah, Smite.
And then before that was Call of Duty, being Battlefield and Call of Duty being the main two, and then
you trace that back, you can get to like Unreal Tournament and Quake 3 Arena and
you can go back. I mean, to basically
MIDI days.
Competitive games have always been popular, but there's always seems to be like two trending things though. Your like story based thing, which is horror right now, versus your competitive thing, which is Battle Royale right now. It's like back in PS2 days. It was like when Call of Duty was starting to pick up in your shooters with like Red Faction and Halo, but then like you also had your cartoony platformers that were still popular, and then before that you had side scrollers and your mascot games and your and then your Galaga.
Pac-Man. Oh, Pac-Man.
Frank Pac-Man.
Frank Pac-Man, the inventor of Pac-Man.
Yes, of course.
It's true. Look it up.
100% true science fact. You can read it on my blog, True Science Fact. It's facts. At tumblr.twitch.com www.franklin.p.frank.
So you were saying earlier how basically the two popular genres right now are Battle Royale and horror. Yeah. So I guess we can sort of lead into our last segment, which is sort of our ideas segment. What if we took those two genres and smushed them together.
Fortnite kind of did that, to be fair. It's got, with its PvE section, it has zombies. It's not very scary, but it is a thought.
I mean, but what if it wasn't PvE? What if we're talking about strictly PvP, like with horror elements?
So, like, I picture you could have multiple game modes. Obviously, battle royale games can have multiple game modes. Believe it or not everything has to be, singles, duos, or squads. So you could have like a singles like thing, 1 versus 100 or whatever, 1 versus 99, I guess, kind of. But it'd be like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 introduced this game mode called Infected. And how Infected worked was, I don't know how many people started with Infected versus non-infected, but as the infected killed people, the other people would become infected. And then your goal changed from being trying to stay alive to then trying to infect everyone. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like a zombie, like a player versus zombie game, but without, people just having I don't know. So you could do something like that. So you could have a game mode like Infected, called diseased mode.
Man, disease just makes me worry that the other players are going to have hepatitis or something.
They're shooting hepatitis at you, actually.
Just throwing syringes.
This game mode could it starts with maybe, because it's with 100 players, you can't just have one player infected. That wouldn't work. Mm-hmm. So maybe
10% of the players start infected.
Or something like that. Yeah. 10 to 20 players. And then you have to survive, I don't know, what's... I assume the play area would still shrink. The zone would still shrink like it does normally. Because I don't think you could take that away. The map would be too big. So it would still shrink like normal. And maybe... So I'm thinking the infected have to respawn for this to work, because if you just end the game right away, everyone lands in your Tilted Towers area and fights it out, the game ends. So they have to be able to respawn. I don't know, maybe they have lives, a certain amount of X amount of respawns, or if they just have infinite respawns and you have to survive till the end of the game.
I like that idea personally, because that means that eventually you'll get to the point where it's one man versus hundreds of zombies. I feel like that would be quite an adrenaline rush, and maybe that last player. Maybe
the way you win is there is in somewhere on the map, it could be random. It would have to be random, I guess. There's a bunker, and you have to get to that bunker. Anyone alive has to get to that bunker. You get to the bunker, you win. So maybe the game. So the play area would always be shrinking towards the bunker, obviously, but as the play area shrinks, your chances of finding the bunker greatly increase, but your chances of dying greatly increase because the play area is smaller. You can't hide as easily, so the area is always shrinking towards the bunker. Maybe not exactly in the center, but it's always in the play area. So that everyone alive gets the bunker. So you find the bunker first thing. Good job. You won, but the game still plays for everyone else until either all of the live players are dead, or until all of the live players reach the bunker.
I feel like it shouldn't be as simple as just reaching the bunker. I feel like you should have to defend the bunker as well.
Yeah, because I guess you do still have to have a clear-cut winner. Yeah. First. Okay, so maybe you reach the bunker.
And then if the area shrinks down small enough,
so maybe this every live person has to reach the bunker. Okay, for the living to win. But if you reach the bunker first, great, you found it. Everyone else has to find it.
And faster.
Yeah, so you have to now defend it, because alternate objective, the infected can find the bunker and destroy it. They don't know where it is either. No one knows where it is to begin with.
Right.
And if they destroy it before everyone reaches it, they win. Yeah. Alternate goal. So kind of like Search and Destroy in COD, where there's 2 ways to win. Kill the entire team, or actually play the objective.
I like that idea.
This isn't in itself inherently horror, but the map could be horror themed.
I mean, it doesn't need to be as, in your face cartoony as like Fortnite is.
Yeah,
you could go for a totally like sort of realistic, dark, dreary.
And I want like I'm thinking like zombies look like Left 4 Dead level like zombies. Like they're scary. They run. They like maybe you can't get guns, but maybe they have other abilities. You know, maybe they move faster than you or whatever it is, and and so they look like zombies, you know, and they're players, so they're gonna act erratically. It's not like an AI for a game, which you can usually figure out how it plays eventually. Like this is a person, their play style, who knows what it is. Like maybe they're really good at the game, or maybe they're so bad that they're gonna do something you don't fucking expect them to do. Mm-hmm. Like, and like the map, they could be. I'm thinking like I kind of hate that there's only one map in most like I think PUBG has 2 maps now or something. Mm-hmm. Ooh, but like maybe a few maps, like 3.
Well,
3 or 4.
I'm thinking about taking it a completely different level, and you were talking about how the bunker's in a different location every time. What if we just use procedural generation? And I know that's sort of a hot topic because some people think that procedural generation can never like produce the same quality as like say a handcrafted map, but that's definitely an option. If not that, then at least using like some
okay. So I mean, Fortnite and all those things, we got different areas. Okay, so you have different areas themed off of different horror ideas. You could even have your like fucking Chuck E. Cheese building, and like your scary like,
Terry. Terrarium.
Yeah.
Scary like, Terry's terrarium.
Ooh. Yeah, stuff like that kind of thing. Like your different areas, and I'm thinking like they gotta be big. Mm-hmm. Like one of my issues with Fortnite areas is a lot of them seem very small. Yep. It's like these would have to be big. Like you land in the Chuck E. Cheese area. Like that's the only building there, but that building is like 20 rooms, you know, in like big rooms. Like the map would be like there's no like dead space, I'm thinking, except for the dead space area.
Yes, there should be dead space area.
like I'm thinking there's like no dead space. Basically everything, like obviously you have to have like, you know, like
some open areas
and like field and stuff. But like there's no like in Fortnite, comparing everything to Fortnite because it's the only one I've played. There are like areas that aren't named. Mm-hmm. Like there's like it'll be a few houses or like an RV or whatever. Like in between areas, there's none of that. It's like what isn't an area is basically just open field, maybe some hills and like, you know,
everything that's in the map has a reason to be in the map.
And I'm thinking. So the zone, what's outside of the zone, is the mist from the Mist.
See, I was thinking just a horde of zombies, but that's even better.
So you go out. And, like, you know, you lose health per second, but there's also, like, this thing doing damage to you.
Yes!
Maybe you don't lose health per second. Maybe that's unfair. Like, you can avoid damage, but, like, this thing is just going to keep doing damage
until you die.
Essentially, until you die,
or
you get inside the area. Like, that would be pretty cool. I love the Mist.
Yes,
honestly,
that is a beautiful way to sort of do the whole storm thing without actually it being literally just a storm.
Yeah,
and if you could get like some decent like graphical effects, so it actually looks like a mist that's rolling in.
Yeah, instead of just like a wall of mist, it's like
it's actual mist that's on the ground, and as it goes out, it's sort of like. You can't see into the distance. That would actually be great.
The farther out in the mist you are, obviously the higher likely of you getting hit. Also, the like harder it is to see, and the more you have to rely off just the mini map. That would be cool. This is a cool game.
This is a great idea. I feel like I should download the Unreal Engine when I get home.
I want to play this though.
I do. Yeah, like, this sounds great. Like,
we're supposed to come up with bad ideas.
I know, right?
And there's also butts everywhere. No, but
and the only weapons you get are dildos.
If you are a prospective game developer, please steal that idea. Maybe, well, no.
Please
if you're a good prospective game developer who wants to make Valve, if you want to make your battle royale game, take this idea and run with it. As long as it exists,
you can put as many hats and cards as you want.
Yeah, and achievements and Team Fortress team-ups and, like, Counter-Strike weapons, whatever you want to do.
I'm just imagining this really serious, like, sort of almost Silent Hill level game, having just kooky hats on the characters.
I like the idea of it being produced by Valve. It doesn't have to be, I guess, for this. This is, I think, the idea isn't copywritten. In Fortnite, you start with your harvesting tool. Mm-hmm. Start with a crowbar.
Oh my god, that would be perfect.
Just a crowbar. That's all you get.
Yeah,
and you can break shit with it. There's no obviously wouldn't be building in this. Like that idea is done and wouldn't work very well. But like you can still break walls and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like similar idea where walls have like a health bar. As you smack them, they break. And obviously it wouldn't be realistic, but I also don't care. We could ideally make it more realistic with like windows and stuff, and you could pry open windows and doors with the crowbar, but that sounds less fun.
Yeah, less fun than just smashing things.
Yeah, so like, that's, you break walls open, and, there's probably not any actual like horror monsters fighting you besides what the players, but maybe there could be fun game modes where you add in creatures in some locations. I don't think you would want creatures in all locations, but like a creature themed to that area in specific locations can spawn and make it even harder for you.
Well, I was thinking,
they won't attack the zombie players or the infected or whatever. That's
See, what I was thinking before you went on to your zombie idea is that we could have a battle royale game that's sort of like asymmetrical, kind of like Evolve is, where you have like a certain group of the players that are like just these super powered monsters, and then the rest of the players are human.
Okay.
And I sort of didn't really evolve that idea anymore past that.
That could be interesting.
I like your idea better, honestly.
Yeah.
Like your idea sounds like something I would actually play.
I'd download it. I would definitely download it for free. But I mean, if a game like that was like, if I could see that game working, I would pay money for it. Mm-hmm. I'd pay like $30 PUBG money, but I'd have to see it working. I'd want someone competent making the game. I don't want like a knockoff PUBG or knockoff Fortnite style. Like I want that to be a
legit game.
Yeah, developed idea.
Well polished.
Yeah, it could be indie. Yeah. I don't care. I just want it to be good. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's our idea.
That was too good.
It was a good idea. That was too good of an idea. Next time, tune in for the shittiest idea we come up with off the top of our head.
Hyperscan 3.
Hyperscan 8. Or...
They called the third Hyperscan 8. What?
Maybe we'll develop our other game idea, Ultra Hit Sisters, along better. The best game.
We'll make ourselves known as the developers of Ultra Hit Sisters, and then we just come out with like this really well made like horror / like battle royale game.
Yeah, but it comes out like 10 years after the battle royale craze is gone, so like no one plays it. But we play it.
Yeah.
And
the Wii plays it. It's only on the Wii.
Yes. Okay, so tune in next time for more things, discussions, topics, shitty ideas.
This has been Blue Eyes White Idiots.
And we'll see you next time.